Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty. Alright, so let's cool. Let's do this. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Alright, folks, Pachini's Idiot. We are back. My criminal case on Facebook. We are on to case number 8. Called Dressed to be Killed. Evening in Begal neighborhood. Ace. I know I should let this go, but I can't believe that Clementine is using a dating app already. Yes, I'm well aware that their divorce is finalized, but does she have to move on so soon? Shouldn't there be a grieving period? Alright, I know I've flirted with women too, Naomi and the Prince, for example. But it's not the same as actively looking and getting algorithms involved. Naomi just fell into my lap. Or, I rather wish she had. Besides, so many double standards here. Never mind, we're not standing in the middle of Big Alley to discuss my lack of love life. Animal rights activist Harper Stone told smuggler Jackson Peacock went to the peep show at Voyeur, but not just to watch the dancers. That means Voyeur could be mixed up in this animal smuggling racket. Let's check it out. Oh, this case was a little bit late. Well, that's nice. For me, anyways. I think she seems too familiar. Boom. Boom. Nom dum pick. This poor girl was strangled. Given the way she's dressed, I wonder if she worked here. Oh no, Justine. Mademoiselle, you know this girl? Yes, it's Justine Collier. She is, well, was, a colleague of mine. My name is Amelia Brazier. I work as a dancer at Voyeur. Please, you had a shot. Go sit down and we will come speak to you in a moment, Miss Brazier. Ace, you got torn paper next to the victim recently. Give us a lead on the killer. Our investigation of the animal smuggling record will have to wait. We have a murder to solve. Dancer with a whip. That's interesting. Hope you're feeling well enough for a quick questioning, mademoiselle. Bien sûr. I've been a peep show dancer at Voyeur longer than I like to admit. I'm no stranger to darkness. Justine was out of her depth in Paris, so I tried to show her the ropes, and clearly it didn't work. So you both worked here. Where's the owner? Oh, Fabrice? He's probably off somewhere drinking. He probably doesn't even know about Justine. I'm heartbroken I couldn't keep her safe. The valley isn't as bad as people say, but just standing on the sidewalk a while, you'll see your fair share of unsavory characters. Speaking of the sidewalk security, James, that's probably the next place to look for clues. Ooh, I get. That's cool. I'm excited. Excited I can get both these places in this first go around. Ah, related to someone in Mysteries of the Past. Interesting. Let's see, shopping bag. There it is. Amelia said if we sit on the street long enough, we see some unsavory characters, but I think we found some clues for our investigation instead. I did. Good point. The killer may have stashed something in that locked crate. Let's unlock it. This handbag might have belonged to the victim. There's only one way to find out. And we'll do that when we grab some stars. I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm pitching CD or block. Alright guys, let's get all the stars. How am I not seeing it? Oh, it's back there. Yeah. Hey, Danger. Yeah. And yeah, I've been doing this a while, so would not be surprised if people see me after so long. Yeah, Raphael, I mean, that's the way to go. Yep. Oh, hey, Ari. Well, things are going well around here. It's been a lot of fun. Work's been really fun. Getting a lot of work, securing a lot of work, which is always good. How's everybody doing with quarantine if you're still doing that in your country? Well, hey, Sharon. Good to see you on stream. Be able to interact with you rather than you just kind of watching my videos. All the titles wrong. Yeah. Good call. I need to update that stuff. So after this, I'll go and update everything. What's it called again? Dressed to be killed. Alright, so that should be fixed, or at least updated. How to get my costume? Part of that I think is Mysteries of the Past. Part of it is the future one. I think multiple parts, like if I remember correctly, when I initially put it together, they were all from various seasons. Yeah, I mean that's Sagrika. That's school, man. Work doesn't get any easier, honestly. Once you get into the world and working and stuff, you're stuck doing stuff all the time. Yeah, Raphael, I actually found those shades, those white shades. I might be able to bring them. Maybe not for this one, but I'll see for the next one if I can remember it. Oh, cute. She has a lot of birds. As pets, I don't remember those being pets, so that's cool. Sweet. I'm glad, 'cause I forgot to. I was gonna just make it certain that I got that by getting the 6x. Which reminds me, I probably need to refresh my page and see if I got any bonuses for happy hour. Ah, 6x combo is what I live for. Oh, 15. I'll take 15. It's not the worst, but I'll take it. Yeah, and let's see. Actually, let me add some more mods, because I think some of the other mods have been unable to be on as much. So I'll probably make a couple more people mods coming through. So yeah, honestly, again, no tolerance policy. So if you guys see anyone spoiling or doing anything like that, just ban them. We don't need them around. Oh, that's right here, probably. Boom. Yep, we've been around long enough. I'm definitely going to be including more mods in this, so. we'll start seeing more people pop up. Again, we're having less. Some of the mods have ended up having to drop off for personal reasons, or they're having to do stuff and their time conflicts. So we're going to start probably adding more and more people to the mod team on YouTube, so that we can make sure that we have coverage and stuff like that for spoilers and whatnot. So you most likely will start to see more and more people become mods. So over the next few weeks, we'll probably continue to add people. So yep, it's probably long overdue, to be honest. So we really needed to bulk up the mod squad, and really the mod. It's not like from my perspective, it's not like the mods are like I only need to keep like 5 mods at a time. I have no problem having like 50 mods at a time, because all it is to me, mods are people that are in chat more frequently, and they at least know the rules, and they are able to potentially ban people or remove messages that are related to spoiling and whatnot. So. An extra set of eyes and ears for everybody, so, and myself. A couple of people that have been added as mods. You guys have been around for 6+ months. I mean, you guys have been around for a while. So, and for other people who are in the chat and would like to become mods, my biggest advice has always been just hang around. The more that you're on, the more that you're talking, the more that you're helping out the community. The more that we'll all see you. I'll see you, and golly, I'm stinking on this. Let's do this. There we go. The old mods, I mean, they're still mods, but they have a lot of them actually have other stuff going on in their life. I mean, even people in chat mentioned that they're there's school, there's other commitments. Some of these mods have been around for like years, and as you guys get older, you start to have more responsibilities. You know, some people have jobs. I know Bonnie hasn't been able to do much because Bonnie's got a job. Yeah, Joe's not necessarily an OG mod, but you're one of the newer ones. But always a changing of the guards when people have like life commitments come up. You should be able to hear me fine, but I can't talk too loudly because my kid's in the other room sleeping. It's still 3:45 in the morning here, so I don't want to be too loud. It'd be fun to see Ramirez again. Just because I don't think we've seen him in like a long time. Yeah, Ramirez is like a lovable just guy who's just always trying. So I think that's one of the reasons why everybody likes him. Get ready. We added some new mods. So we're seeing a lot more blue in chat. So the victim is a descendant of someone from Mysteries of the Past, Backseat. I don't see wing. Oh, there are. They're bat wings. I was thinking of something else. Yeah, well, Addie, we were supposed to have deployments today, actually. So, I ended up getting pushed back to yesterday because there was a issue found in some of the pre-deployment steps. So, we got to push back to this coming Tuesday. So, that was nice. We were supposed to have 2 deployments this morning, one at 2 a.m. and one at 7 a.m. There you go, Addie. That's the way to go. Just hide them. No worries, man. Enjoy your video conference. Hey, Elizabeth. Good to see you. Good to see you check in. Yeah, I actually found, I didn't find this out. I mean, I've probably already always known this, but I did like some experiments uh, with basically drinking, like just beer or just alcohol, because it's nice to have those things. But every time I did, I would pass out, man. I mean, I am, especially on the weekends when I'm watching the kids and interacting with them like so much. I found that when I drink any type of alcohol, I pass out. Like am, I don't even need to have that much, and it just makes me so relaxed that I can fall asleep even easier than I usually do, which is pretty quickly. So, anyways, I'm not drinking anymore these days. I haven't drank in probably a couple months at this point. Just because the only time I'd want to drink is when I'd want to go to like bed or something. I think that was it, right? Oh, that's right. I gotta go back here. Ouch. Yeah, I was upset the first time that somebody doesn't recognize us, but at this point, I've come to terms with the fact that they won't ever recognize us, which does kind of. I wish they would make that change, but I know I need to ask them if they're ever planning on releasing Facebook and mobile at the same time. What junior takeover did pretty soon, man. He's turning 5 in a month, and he's already working on reading and stuff like that. So we'll see. Oh, my video wasn't probably paused. No, I'm being just a conversation thread from my offshore team in India. So just took a little bit of time to respond to them. Usually they'll just wait till I wake up at 5 a.m. or when I go to walk the dog or 6 a.m. or something like that. But figured since I'm here and I'm up, why not respond and help them out? Shoot. Oh, don't do this. Accidentally clicked. Great. Well, we've never done space. We've never done space. I definitely think space could be an option. I don't know how they would do it, but I think space is an option. I can see them doing another world edition or like another around the world type thing. Nice. Got that star. That was going to be a tough star to get. World Edition was just fun because it had a whole bunch of different countries. I was able to learn about some countries and stuff. That was fun. Well, I think the family's doing pretty well. I mean, you have, Mrs. and the boys. The boys are the oldest one, Junior, is going back to his autism therapy. So that's been really good for him. So he's now back for 2 weeks. But it's very much those therapies are like very small quarters. It's like there's only like 2 or 3 kids at a time and 3 or 4 adults at the time. So it's very minimal at school, but our kids aren't back in school. They've started opening up schools around us, but we are not yet comfortable sending our kids back to school at this point. I gotta be missing one, obviously. So what am I missing? Oh, the cash register. It was a really nice arc. Had some fun twists. Nobody died. I think that was like one of the first seasons. Nobody died, if I recall. I think it kind of shocked everybody. We were all expecting somebody to die because it's pretty simple after all. What's this whole thing? I got everything. I did not. What am I missing? Toucan. There we go. Yeah, my guess is things are going to start to slowly kind of open back up. Again, I still think that for us anyways, we're still going to try and be as careful as possible. And if we don't need to risk things, we won't risk things. So we'll definitely play more conservative. But we've always kind of been conservative in that regards. Oh crap. I don't think CC will return to weekly. Honestly, weekly would be a lot for me. I honestly like having a week in between break where I don't have to hop on in the morning. So, selfishly, I like this release cadence. I mean, I do like seeing you guys, but every week is a lot, especially with everything I have going on with work. And my workload is not decreasing at all. More than anything, my workload is going to be increasing and continually increasing. Because I'm starting to be utilized as a coach for Azure DevOps. which is kind of cool. So I spend a lot of my time in Azure DevOps, and so I'm going to start training people on how to use it, kind of tips, tricks, and some basis of information. Yeah, and this is a long star gathering because with how we're doing this, we're able to unlock everything. We're basically should basically be able to roll straight over into chapter 3, which will be nice. I think it would be kind of fun to do a grown-up criminal case where there's a season. Yeah, sorry, sorry. Again, I'm working a little bit. I live in the States, in Arizona. However, some of the teams that I lead, I have an India team from Mumbai that we work with. So we are able to have 24/7 development, which is pretty awesome. Also means my days are usually more early than they are later. So a lot of times I usually start my days at like 6 a.m., 7 a.m. So on a day like today, they don't know, but they usually post things, and I usually will respond to them when I wake up at like 5 or 6. It just so happens it's 4 a.m. and they're pinging questions, and I figure why not give them the answer now as opposed to wait till I'm done. There we go. Sweet. All right, cool. One more, and then we can get back into it. Oh, Jay, what's up? Haven't seen you around here in a while. Dang. Yeah, you're from Massachusetts, so at least now it's 7 a.m. for you, so it's at least morning-ish for you. Good to see you, Jay. Alright, let's kick this off. Watermark, sit. Boom, we're back. Welcome everybody. Grabbed a bunch of stars because we were able to unlock all of those areas, which means chapter 1, chapter 2 is going to go by really quickly, which is awesome. We are going to be moving through some of this stuff. Almost looks like she's like a pinup girl or something. Well, our victim was dressed exactly like the character on this torn comic book cover. Ah, okay, so the comic might belong to the killer, and they asked her to wear these clothes, or they dressed her themselves after she was dead. What is this comic book anyways? It's called Zizi dans le Metro. Sounds ridiculous. Ridiculous and retro, you're right. It's just the High Commissioner, our expert in everything vintage. We just call him an expert in vintage because he's old. That's funny. Oh, let's see, Lucy's back too. See? I mean, to be fair, it's more like 4 o'clock when I usually start, so I'm starting an hour earlier so that I can get the boys up and the missus can sleep in a little bit more. So, I mean, she doesn't really sleep in, but actually not have to like get up right away with the boys. So, oh dear, she looks creepy. Look at all this stuff. Don't get me started on women's handbags. My wife, well, ex-wife, was a walking drugstore. Nothing of the victims is in this bag, but there's one photo. If the bag belongs to this woman, maybe she was around when the murder happened. Let's run it through the PPS database. Yep, added a few mods, probably long overdue. Let's do this one then. Just because I know a lot of you guys have things you guys are doing, like in real life, so don't always have the amount of mods at this new time as well. Passive. No luck for us tonight, Ace. This crate's full of fruit and vegetables. Looks like we goofed. Hey, what are you doing to my produce? We're the PPS. Who are you? Didier Susi, and it should be fairly obvious that I'm a green grocer. Well, Monsieur Susi, excuse us for disturbing your eggplants, but there's a murder lawyer just across the street. Murder? How shocking, even for Pigalle. Well, this is your produce, Monsieur Susi. You must work or live nearby. Tell us what you know about the happenings around Voyeur. This guy looks shady boots. Shady boots. Yep. Just chat for a while and let me see you over extended periods of time. All the people that I added, I think 3 people I added, they've been in chat for probably almost even a year that I've seen them in chat. You guys can correct me, but I feel like a lot of you guys have been chatting for a while. Celeste Alus. Person this was Celeste Alus, a transvestite who's a bit famous around Pigalle. She's been picked up a few times for sex work, apparently. One thing's for certain, Miss Aloest knows the Pigalle streets. Maybe she knows the victim. Let's go ask. Yeah, you are way too happy and smiling, man. So, Monsieur Susi, have you seen anything suspicious happening around there? Not really. The only melons I'm interested in are the ones I sell. I pay no attention to the nastiness of this neighborhood. I never set foot inside Voyeur. Yeah, right, you have. So you don't know who this is? Oh, dare you say she was murdered? All the girls who work at these establishments, well, they walk by my stand on their way to work. Sometimes they stop to get fresh produce, but that's all. It's like we live in 2 separate worlds. Well, please reach out to us if you remember anything strange from the last few days, Monsieur Susi. Coucou, Miss Cochus. Looking for a little fun? Oh no, we're here on business. Oh great, not again. Try to be a little gentler on my wrist than the last cops were, okay? We're not here to arrest you. We found your person near a crime scene and we need information on the victim, Mademoiselle Justine Collier. She used to dance at Voyeur. Victim used to dance? What happened? Miss Collier was murdered earlier tonight. Her body was found at the peep show. Well, that's awful. Working the streets, I get to know all the new faces, but I only knew her in passing. That little lamb was lost among wolves. No street smarts at all. She often walked alone late at night. Sorry she's gone, poor thing. Well, thank you for returning my purse. You know where to find me if you have any more questions. She seems very agreeable. Lies. This comic cover really took me back. Dizzy's Dance La Maestro is a porn comic from the 70s. You were a fan? Well, you could say that. The fact is, your victim was a dead ringer, so to speak, for the main character, Desiree. Yes, this Mademoiselle Collier's outfit matched the character. We wonder if the killer dressed her like this. Well, that's logical. The attention to detail is meticulous. From what I could tell, she was only missing the headband. Not only has the killer read this comic, but they may be obsessed with it. They saw the similarity between the victim and Desiree in the comic and possibly lost their minds. It's too bad that the killer couldn't separate truth from comic book fiction. The truth will not set him free. Alrighty, let's do this. Hey, Ace, another gorgeous creature gone too soon. Shame, she was totally my type. Boyan's not the air. Everybody's your type. It's true. Well, you're not really wrong about that. Anyway, I can start by confirming the cause of death was strangulation. She must have been taken by surprise, seeing no signs of defensive wounds or bruising. Well, and also perhaps she enjoyed rougher play the most. Choking's a very specific request. Goodness knows I've fulfilled it myself in the past. Not fatally, of course. So the question is, was it a sexual game that went too far, or was it murder by strangulation? Well, my conclusion is that it was not a romantic game, because the neck is the only place I saw where the killer would come in contact with the victim. How can you tell? Because the killer had lube on their hands, which left traces on their neck, but nowhere else in the body. Now, I'm not sure why they had lubricant on their hands, but it's clear that the killer fled immediately after the murder. But I can tell you I'm sure that the killer uses lube. Well, that's strange. Well, the killer had better watch their step. They slipped up enough already. Yes, let's... Yep. There's a disturbance at the Paris Perdue Mar. Might have to do with animal smuggling. Well, let's be over there. And again, the great thing about this is we get to go straight into chapter number 2. Boom. Ace went to Begali looking into a possible animal smuggling operation, and as is our tendency, we found a murder in a set. Justine Claire of oh, that's right, I forgot. Yeah, let's go to this new place for Remy Roy is on his way, but the caller asked you to come as backup. We'll pause the murder investigation for the moment, Ace, and go help Paradis Perdue. Ace, that's a panther. Whoa, it's a pink panther. Oh, pink panther. That's hilarious. And it's pink. Stay clear of that thing, Ace. We're homicide, not animal control. My goodness, it's gonna pounce. Cigarettes. Watch out for Capucini. She's in a mood. Oh, Remy, thank goodness you're finally here. And a girl, Capucini. Vice, dodo, sleep. Sorry I had to deal with that. One of the stagehands at Poutine Rouge accidentally let her out, and I guess she decided to explore. Luckily, she's easy to spot. The pink fur is a genetic mutation. She's the only one of her kind, so naturally, she's a show animal. The only times I've seen her this riled up were around that new dancer at Voyeur. Wait, new dancer? You mean Justine Collier? Yes, I guess she used to come here often. Anyway, I beg her to get back to Cappuccini before the ketamine tranquilizer wears off. Well, that's interesting. If the victim was here recently enough for the panther to smell her, there might be clues relevant to a murder. Let's look around for clues. Nice. Some people will get that reference, but I think this Pink Panther is a little too old for a lot of people. Oh, there's her headband. Oh, there's the faded poster. So we know the killer dressed the victim like a character from the porn comic, but Jean-Philippe pointed out that she's missing the headband. But this headband you found matches the one from the comic. This is part of the outfit the killer put together for the victim. Let's get a sample of the scene and see what it can tell us. This poster is for Voyeur's Peep Show, and then pictures of the victim. Someone wrote on it. The legible part says, Morte a nos veos, dead to our eyes. Let's recover the rest of the text to see who felt the victim was dead to them. And I agree, there could be a clue hidden in this basin of dirty dishes. He was so good as Inspector Clouseau. Steve Martin did an okay job, I think, in the remake, but nothing beats the original guy. I forget what his name is. Super Ace. We'll have Enzo examine the sample we took from that man. Pretty stupid. See, Harry. Ace, you got a metro pass to the basin of dirty dishes. The pass belongs to Fabrice Dufour. Didn't Amelia say the owner of the Voyeur was named Fabrice? Monsieur Dufour must be nearby. Let's go see what he knows about the murder. Oh man. Do not know French. I have no idea what this means. He's telling us someone right dead to our eyes on the poster of the victim, but the rest of the writing says, My dear birds of the night, Justine Collier no longer deserves our help. And it's signed by Celeste. I wonder what kind of help Celeste's birds of the night were giving to Justine and why she apparently didn't deserve that help. Let's ask Celeste what she means. Uh-oh. What shady business was going on there? Monsieur Dufour, we've been meaning to speak with you. Are you aware that your employee Justine Collier was murdered? Yes, Amelia told me what happened and that you're investigating. Well, why didn't you try to speak with them about the incident? Because I need you to get a drink. You can't just hear about a murder and act like nothing happened. You're in homicide. For you, a dead body is just deja vu. Well, I like to think the situation I bring a little bit more humanity to the job. Look, in my line of work, bodies are alive and beautiful. When I was a teenager and discovered Zizi Dans la Mestro, it inspired me to start this business. I built this shop myself with the help of beauties like Justine. I beg you, Secret Agent Ace, catch your killer as quickly as you can. I can't afford to lose customers over this. Mademoiselle Louest, what made you tell the other birds of the night to stop helping Justine, and how are you helping her? Oh, we are owls. We see everything that happens on these streets. That little chickadee Justine hadn't grown her wings yet. She was going to run into trouble. I offered her the protection of the night birds, and I said us girls got to stick together. And that petite cretin spat on me, and she said, "You're not a girl, you're a dirty transvestite. You disgust me." Don't do that. Don't be mean to people. Don't be mean. Well, I've been treated worse. She was a harmless little chickadee. If I did consider creating an accident for her with some of my lube, a fall would have kept her from walking into trouble. But that was all in fantasy. I took a bath in Residency down to La Mastro, and was too tired to act on my anger. On our line of work, we know anger can return. If you kill Justine, we'll find out. Man, if there's the one thing that criminal case can teach us, a moral of the story for criminal case is just be nice to people. Just be nice to people. It's not that hard. Not that hard to be nice to people. Hey, you know Carrie is a favorite cocktail? I think she likes to try lots of things. Adventurous, I like that. But Killer has her own streak of adventurousness. That sample you brought me is amyl nitrate. You mean like poppers? Like this, the sex-enhancing drugs you sniff to get a rush? Ever tried those? Sure, but I don't like them. Whoever I'm with is all the drug I need, and I'm all the drug they need. Oh, brother. Now, amyl nitrate can stay in your system for a couple of days, so I checked with Nadia. No trace of popper used in the victim's blood. That means your killer is the one sniffing the poppers. Alright, well, soon the only rush the killer's gonna experience is into a jail cell. This sexy evidence makes me think we should take another look around voyeur. Probably. Let's see, sunglasses. Sunglasses, where are you? Oh. Ace a suitcase belonging to the victim. Let's crack the lock to see what's inside. And this is a bottle of lube like the killer uses. It has notes that says in French, "I'll need 2 more next week, thank you." You're right, the way the note is worded sounds like it was written by a customer. Maybe testing this stuff on the note will identify who wrote it. Gotcha. There we go. There we go. Ace, the victim's suitcase has a note on it. The note is addressed to the victim and it says you seem to just take your stuff and never come back. Oh, she was staying with someone. Well, then who kicked her out? The note isn't signed. Maybe Jean-Philippe can identify the handwriting. I agree. This case is not necessarily for young people, but I do note in YouTube that this criminal case is not for kids, so this should never show up in a kid's search. So nothing that we do here should have that happen. Jean-Philippe, were you able to identify the handwriting? Well, you'll notice the person who wrote the note used a thick black marker, and this supports the message that they no longer wish to house the victim, but it also implies strength and independence. The intertwined loops of the JMP imply some closeness, while the T's are drawn as separate downward slides. There's a finality and rupture in these slashing letters despite their sensual closeness and rhythm. One could read the looping vertical lines of this note as music. The person who wrote this is female and a sensual dancer. Well, it's gotta be, yep, Emile Brassier. Ace, let's go see what made her kick Justine out of her place. Yep. Mademoiselle Brassier, when we first spoke, you failed to mention that Justine was staying with you, and that you kicked her out shortly before she was murdered. What happened between you two? Well, it's irrelevant to your case. I kicked her out before she was murdered, and I'm not surprised something bad happened. I told you I took her under my wing, but once she moved in, she abused my hospitality. She made copies of my apartment key for all of her lovers, and my home became a brothel. I said I wanted her out. Elle est petite un cabal. She went nuts. She destroyed everything she could get her hands on. The only thing she didn't ruin in my drawer is where I keep my lube and my copy of Zizi Dans le Metro. Sounds like you did the right thing evicting her from your apartment. Let's just hope you stop there and didn't evict her from this world, too. I mean, I don't think she's wrong in wanting to kick her out, but great. Now that you took the sand from that note, we can examine it under the microscope. Oh wow, only two. Oh, that's because this one's going to be 6. Oh my gosh, then we're going to be 8. Okay. Oh lord. Oh, ketamine. Okay. Hey Sam, we got to know a bottle of lubricant is ketamine. You know the note was probably written by a customer, which means they'll have traces of ketamine. Yep. That's what Remy Roy uses to tranquilize the panther in the Paris Picard. This note is from him. Let's talk to Remy about this. Maybe he was a customer of hers. Well, sure, we found a bottle of lube with a note of traces of ketamine in it. Are we correct in assuming that the lubricant on the note is yours? Yes, I always order my lubricant from Voyeur. I get a good price and it serves many purposes for me. Why would you ask, and what purposes? Well, personal use, of course. But it also comes in handy when I have to keep the temperature of my animals. You ever try to keep a thermometer under a lion's tongue? Oh, I didn't need to know that. That makes sense. And we know our killer uses the same brand of lubricant. Justine was murdered? Oh, this is horrible. She was such a sweet kid. Hope you find her killed. Let me know if I can help. Yep. Oh, okay. How can I help you, Mr. Delacroix? What's wrong with your dad? Let's see if we can help him out. I'll see you guys in chapter 3. I will be grabbing some stars. Virginity? Or what? Yep, chapter 3 will probably be in like 10-15 minutes. No, maybe not 10-15 minutes, maybe like 20 minutes. I don't think I can get through all 10 stars in that amount of time. gonna say try refreshing. Leva. Hey, John Harwood. What's up, Joaquin? Ooh. What do you mean? Who stopped making videos? Oh, there's cocktails. Duh. I don't see the beer. Oh, it's a mug. That's why. Yeah, again. Probably got 20 more minutes before we get into the chapter 3. Favorite character in City of Romance? Maybe Jean-Philippe? I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes in. Oh, Nadia's great. She's hilarious. So I definitely like Nadia. Because she's who she is and she just doesn't care. Like, doesn't care what you think. Love that. When people are like open and honest with themselves, I love that. I don't know if Enzo and Carrie go really well together. Oh yeah, Nadia's definitely not safe for work, but she doesn't care what people think about her. Like she's just who she is, and that's really I like that. You don't always have to be like a crazy person to do that, but as long as you're comfortable with yourself, that's all that's something I enjoy. And I'll probably bet you anything that Nadia will never change. So that's the other thing too. Huh. Yeah, well, for us, we last weekend we put up our Halloween decorations. So usually for us, right after Halloween is when we put the Christmas stuff up. You know, I get to see people that I work with through like the video cams and stuff like that. So I don't really miss that many people. I think I miss more than anything. I probably miss family because at this point we have not gone to California, and we would have gone to California probably twice since the pandemic started. Um, so it's just one of those things where that's right now kind of what I miss. Yeah, Chris, the edited videos are a lot nicer. I used to have people that would do that for me. I should probably work to try and find time. It's just so hard. I'm working like 50, 60 hours a week right now. It's just very difficult to find time to do all the editing. Editing usually takes a couple hours. Alright, Esther, where are you? You're here. The one thing I do miss a little bit is like before I work, some of them, not all of them, basically people without kids. It's definitely looked like um, they all went to like happy hour yesterday, and I was like, oh man, I miss happy hour too. Just hanging out with people from like work, like outside of work, where we're not just talking about work. But for me, I can't do that yet. They may not have kids or not think that the pandemic is, potentially get them. I can't risk it. Minimize risk for my kids as much as possible. Myself, I'm fine. I don't think I am fairly confident that even if I were to get it, I would be fairly, I'd be able to beat it. But well, Plotagon also know that our mods are basically you guys. So mods are basically just people I promoted that are usually chatting in chat. So it's not too like abnormal or crazy to think that at least our mods are more engaging. Because most of the reason that I make people mods is because they're here frequently and they chat. Oh look, you said Bonnie's name 3 times. Like Beetlejuice, he shows up. Alright. There we go. Let's do this. Like I said. Alright, folks, Pachinki's 8, we are back. Let's head on to chapter number 3, where Jean-Philippe Delacroix is in trouble. Oh, great, he's in Pigalle. You know how I get overindulged sometimes. You even saved him that time he got drunk and fell in the river. Promised to stop drinking, but I'm afraid he started again. I need you to come with me because he won't listen to me. Oh dear. Yeah, we'll go and see if we can rescue him. I can't believe you were an original member of Petit Edouard drag troupe. Oh my gosh. My name was Elke von Schlept, and I wore the highest heels of any of us. Oh, hello, Secret Agent Ace. Ace, it's good to see you. I was getting a drink, and Celeste here offered to help me relive my days as a drag performer. Wait, Dad, you were a drag performer? You say that like it's bizarre or shameful. Drag is reimagining of self that profoundly deepens our perspective on identity. Amen to that. You might want to try it sometime. Could be fun. Alright, well, I have all the perspective I need on my own identity, Dad. Thanks. I'll leave you to it. Oh, Celeste, my son's one of the most strong-headed people I've ever known, second only to his mother. Well, I better call it a night. Thank you for helping me relive the old glory days. My pleasure, Schlepp. It's a great agent, Nate. Tell Goth here I'm happy to open his eyes here when he comes around. He's got incredible cheekbones. Ciao. Well, that wasn't the discoverer Gothier was expecting. Jean-Philippe has led such an interesting life. Yep. Ace, while we're here, we should take a look around for clues. Let's get to it. I will say in France, they seem to be pretty open to a lot of things. Again, hey, no shame in the game. If that's what you want to do and that makes you happy, go for it. Again, I reserve no judgment for anyone and what they want to do that makes them happy. 100% that is my stance on everything. Again, whatever anyone wants to do with their own life to make them happy, go for it. We as a society need to adhere to that. If it makes them happy, go for it. Let's see if it holds any info for our case. This could be a clue. Yep. Looks like this movie is rented from Royer where the victim worked. Restoring the text on the rental card can reveal who rented it. We should put these broken pieces back together. They could be another clue. Yep. Alright, let's refresh. So, but I feel like as a society, that's what we should do more of. Just be accepting and just be like, hey, whatever makes you happy, go for it, man. All power to you. That stuff wouldn't make me happy, but if it makes other people happy, go for it. Me playing this game makes me happy. Other people will be like, you're crazy. So, it is what it is. Hey, start the card on this ZZ Town to the Metro DVD case is full of codes. See if you meal, you can find out who rented this movie. Well, that's not good. She's doing drugs, that's not good. Might be this one, actually. No, it's not. That's not fun. Maybe it's this one. There we go. This one? Oh, okay, cool. Ace victim's phone has text with her boss, Fabrice. She said, you are too hard, Fabrice. He responded, if I'm hard, it's because of you. Oh, brother. Oh, great. Yep, there was a fling between the two of them. Let's ask Fabrice about this. Or maybe it was one-sided. We'll see. Oh, here's the cocaine. He says a drink tray from the bar. There's some kind of powder residue in the straw. Looks like the tray was used to store a drug of some kind. There's a message that says, Remy, do it, I say, or you'll regret it. Signed, JC. JC has to be the victim of Justine Collier. She must have been on the one using the drugs. Why do you think she threatened Remy like this? We should see what he can tell us about this. Do not. Yeah, that is not one that I would mess with. I would not mess with cocaine or meth or anything like that. Monsieur Duforge, were you and Justine ever intimate? Wait, what? I don't involve my employees. I'm a professional. Well, we found some texts between you that imply otherwise. Alright. I admit there was interest, but she came on to me first. The interest was mutual. I swear we never acted on it. I'm serious when I say I'm professional. My profession is selling titillation, and I've got nothing against flirtation. Hope that professionalism means that you're against murder too. We'll be coming to see you real soon. Oh, you think that drug is ketamine? Snort the ketamine, you pass out. Well, sure, Roy, can you explain Justine's anger message and drug residue on the surface tray? Yeah, I knew that would come back to bite me. The drug residue was Justine's. I had nothing to do with it, but she kept nagging me to give her ketamine because it's the latest party drug craze. Oh, jeez. As you saw when I used ketamine to sedate capucine earlier, it's strictly from animals, so I refused to sell it to Justine. Justine wouldn't let up, and she threatened to report that I was dealing it on the street. She said my only way out was to give her ketamine. No, this looks really good in your murder investigation. I didn't kill her. I tried to defuse her with some of my animal poppers. She stormed off, so I passed the poppers on to Amelia and Celeste. Oh, crap. Pressed the wrong button. I didn't see Justine again after that. If you're lying, the murder sentence we must be worse than drug charge. Whew. Ace, this movie is easy on the Metro brings back memories. A friend of mine in high school had a copy of the comic book, and I was always afraid to look at it. Wait, why? Because it's porn. I thought looking at it would make me now as a bad person. You know, looking at a comic book doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't make you a bad person. What's important is how you treat people. 100% agree with that. You're right. But when you brought in the movie, I was too curious. I watched a bit of it, and it's pretty good. I'm glad to hear this breakthrough. Speaking of breakthroughs, did you figure out who rented it? Yes, the last person to check out the DVD was Didier Soucy, the greengrocer. But he made it sound like he was just as scared of this sexy stuff as you were. Let's get an explanation from Didier. Yeah, this is a fun case. Not boring. Monsieur Soucy, you said you never been inside Voyeur, but you rented this movie from there. Wait, what? How did you find out about that? We're homicide detectives, Monsieur Soucy. Why did you lie about having gone to Voyeur? Well, I went to see Justine. I was desperately in love with her. Oh, great. Why didn't you tell us this before? Because she never even knew I existed. I went over there once to try and talk to her, but I brought... Yeah. I rented just to have an excuse to be there. Justine was dancing the peep show, and I tried to get her attention, but she couldn't see me through the glass. I was so embarrassed that was the first and last time I went there, and now I'll never have the chance to tell her how I felt. Oh, brother. You are delusional. Yep. We'll search the streets again. Let's do it. Yeah, this is definitely a case that being family friendly is probably very difficult to do. But again, like I said, in my description and all the stuff that I send over to YouTube, I tell them this, what I do is not kid friendly. See, alright, man. Ace is a copy of the comic book our killer is obsessed with. They went so far as to dress the victim like the main character. The cover is torn from this copy and matches the cover we found with the body. But examining this black stuff on the book will tell us something about the killer. They could just have something in the shrub. Let's see what we can do. We are hot on their trail. Goodness. Always happens, man, right when I get to the 2-hour mark. Right when I get to the 2-hour mark, I start to get tired. Oh, there's the poppers. Yep, bottle of ammo amyl nitrate poppers. Killer could have sent this to calm down after the murder. Let's have Enzo examine this bottle. Oh my goodness, that took forever. I swear, man. Black bits, that's interesting. Great, now get the sample of black stuff from the comic book to the lab for examination. Hey, I've been trying to concoct just the right cocktail based on what I know about Carrie's taste. I know she's a very sweet person, open environment with notes of strawberry. Well, that could be good. We might want to elaborate on that. Maybe some Caraco. But wait a minute. Anyways, what can you tell us about these black beds these clicked from the killer's comic book? First, I thought they were pieces of leather, but when I looked closer to them, I realized they're actually artificial leather. So I can tell you that your killer wears artificial leather. Oh, so it's either her friend or the Tiger King. I mean, it looks like him. I should just call him Joe Exotic. Question is though, would Joe Exotic be, I mean, he's probably going to be a killer at some point. Just would they want him to be the killer at this case? We'll see. And so, can you confirm that this killer's bottle of amyl nitrate? Oh, definitivamente. There was a smudge of lubricant on the bottle, which proves it was your killer's. Fantastic. Are there any identifying traces? No fingerprints, but I did get a trace of sweat, probably from their nose when they sniffed from the bottle. Sweat contained DNA. Green eyes. Grand monster. Can't remember if her friend has green eyes. I thought Remy had brown eyes, but we'll take a look. I didn't really look at their eyes. Oh, hers are blue. Oh, could it be you? Could very well be you. You think so? Yeah, because Remy has dark eyes. That's right. She's blue. So it's the creep. It's the creep. Didier, Susie, you're under arrest for the murder of Justine Clay. Wait, murder? Well, idea. Where did you get the crazy idea? What kind of deviant do you think I am? We know you lied to us about going to Vera. We know you were in love with Justine. Exactly. But why would I murder a woman I love? Well, you said so yourself. She didn't pay attention to you. But she ignored you, we have to ask. Did you get her to dress like the character from a sexy comic book, or did you change your clothes after you killed her? You take that back. CC Dance on the Metro is not just a sexy comic book, it's a classic. C'est un chef d'œuvre. And Justine was the perfect likeness to Desiree. She wore the clothes willingly after she made me agree to pay her 1,000 euros. Wow, you agreed to pay her for that? Of course I did, but I'm no fool. I was able to convince her to let me pay her after she put the clothes on. She put on everything but that man, but that's the most important part. She knew that would make me angry. She wanted to make me angry. Grace, what did you do? She stood there taunting me. I sniffed the bottle of poppers I bought for her to help me calm down, but it didn't make me calm down. It made me more angry, more determined to see her wear that man. So I grabbed her by the neck to hold her still. My grip was so tight she didn't even fight back. Of course, that isn't what I wanted. I never meant to kill her. Ooh, 35 years. 35 years. 35, yeah. I'm thinking, Manager Susie, you were charged with manslaughter and the main murder by strangulation of Justine Collier. How do you plead? Guilty, Your Honor, but I didn't mean it. I only wanted to see her live. Live. Putting her hands around someone's neck was a strange way of letting them live. No, I mean Desiree from ZZ Handel Metro. She would live through Justine. Didier Susie for the murder of Justine. 20 years? Psychological counseling. I kind of get that. I kind of like my 35, honestly. 20 is a little interesting. 20 is a very long time, but all my dreams of Desiree to calm my mind. Yeah, he's going nuts. Yeah, he's on a whole nother level. Yeah. Oh, hey, Carrie, haven't seen you in a while. He was probably the most unassuming of the suspects, the green grocer. Well, as we say in French, le habitat n'est pas le monde. The habit doesn't make the monk. Yes, the English expression is don't judge a book by its cover. Figale's neighborhood full of surprise, and speaking of, we came here to get to the bottom of an animal smuggling ring. Yeah, this case has stopped us in our tracks, but now we've got to get back to work. I mean, he definitely needs therapy, like I get that aspect of it. And we can actually go straight on to the additional investigation, so Bonnie, if you're here, that's not as much editing for this case because we were able to do all the star collecting basically for chapters 1 and 2 at once. Yep, I do feel good about catching her killer, and we still gotta look into the animal smuggling ring. That's nothing for your animal smuggling. Oh, you did? Your moment, I'll tell you. Alright, sweet. Brigadier Bonnet, we'll be glad to hear it. Thanks, I'd like to hear your opinion about something. It's not urgent, though. No problem, Carrie. You better get to talk to Brigadier Bonnet and Carrie before your to-do list get any longer. Brigadier Bonnet, tell us about this animal smuggling happening at Boyer. When you and Ace took the murder case, I knew you wouldn't have time to look at the animal smuggling, so I went undercover and did some reconnaissance. For you and Hugo over here, I saw people coming and going in the shop's back entrance and meeting with the owner. Deliveries? Yeah, but also taking things away, and all the boxes people carry had holes in them, and I thought that was strange. It is strange. Sex toys don't usually need air holes. Animals would, though. Great work, but we'll need more concrete evidence of these claims before we confront Fabrice. Check the street outside Voyeur, as it's the path that all the delivery people took. And Ace, while I was out there, I found a lot of loose change. You could put it towards cracking the case. Shh. All in a day's work, I'll go outside and look for coins if I can find 20 grand. Ace, Enzo's been acting strange around me recently. Have you noticed? He keeps asking what food I like, what drinks I like, dropping very unsubtle hints. Do you think he's trying to ask me out? I'll admit, I've been eyeing him too. He's handsome and charming. A little overconfident sometimes, but that can be endearing. We saw him earlier. He said, I can help you find paradise. I'll see you there. Then later he said, you know they serve cocktails in paradise. Ace, you and Hugo went to a bar called Paradis Perdu in your investigation, didn't you? Do you think Enzo's trying to get me to go to that bar? Definitely seems that way to me. Let's go to the bar and do a little sleuthing to get some answers. We'll see. Perfect. I had a feeling one of these was going to have it, so. They have a lot of loose change. A lot. Oops, I misclicked. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, you got flowers too. That's really nice of him to do. Sweet. You know, we got the last star. Perfect. This bouquet of flowers, do you think it's from Enzo? There's a card on its fake. Could be some kind of mystery or scavenger hunt Enzo's putting me on. It's kind of romantic, actually. Well, that's one thing he knows about me is that I love mysteries. Let's see what's written on this card. Dude, if he did all of this work for her, hats off to him. Hats off to him if this is actually the scavenger hunt he put together. That doesn't sound like maybe. The card with the bouquet says we can make it for lost time on it. For starters, it's partly written in English, and secondly, it says Mon en French, which is the feminine form of stranger or foreigner. Mon from the States, so I'm going to enter an I'll bet lost time means Enzo wanted to ask me out for a long time. That's definitely the vibe I've gotten anyways. So the bar is called Paradis Perdu, or Paradise Lost. This refers to lost time. This must be kind of riddle. We're gonna need some help figuring this out. Jean-Philippe is gonna riddle, just ask him what he thinks. Yeah, Jean-Philippe is one of the more interesting characters. I like him. I like him a lot. Hey, Jean-Philippe, any luck deciphering the mysterious note I got on that bouquet of flowers from Enzo? Well, yes, actually, I know exactly what this note means. Wait, what is Enzo trying to tell me? Oh, great. Actually, Enzo isn't trying to tell you anything. This note is from Celeste, although it's to me. Wait, how do you know? I recognize this lipstick smudge as Celeste's color, and Étranger is a reference to my drag persona, like Elk Blanchette. I was actually about to go to the Paradis bar to meet Celeste. She's going to transform me into Elkie, and we're going to go out for a night on the town. Oh, wow, Ace. I guess I was wrong about Enzo setting up a date tonight. I feel so dumb. No need to feel stupid. Carrie, Aloris, why don't you and Ace just join us for some drinks? Thank you, Jean-Philippe. I could use your drink right about now. Come on, Ace. Let's go say hi to Celeste. She probably knows some things. Looks like great, Jason. This must be the ravishing Carrie I've heard about. Ravishing? What do you mean? Who have you heard that from? You have an admirer, dear handsome hunk of a man named Enzo, I believe. He was just here. Wait, he told you about me? Yeah, he did. As I said, he was just here. I said Enzo was just here. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're right. We'll leave you to your date. Here's a little something in case you feel like things like spicing things up. Oh brother. Enzo, what an elaborate setup for a date. What do you mean? Getting Celeste involved, having her write that note for Jean-Philippe, but that was actually a sneaky way to get me to come out here. I didn't expect any of this. Oh, well, I didn't organize any of that. Sure, I dropped some hints about paradise. But I knew that if I was here with my shirt off, my pure animal magnetism would draw you to me. No woman can resist me, least of all you. I knew I had you from the moment I saw you. That's not going to work, Enzo. Because I didn't think anyone had me. I'm my own person. You're fooled by your own desires. I see that it's hard for you to admit how badly you want me. It's getting harder to admit by the second, Enzo. Put your shirt back on. I don't think I'm in the mood for a date tonight. But we're just getting started. Well, time flies when you're not having fun. I'll see you back at the station. Yes. 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 Friend zoned. Friend zoned. You got friend zoned. Oh my gosh. All he had to be was not a the word I want to use is not appropriate, but all I had to be was a nice person, and he probably would have been able to go on a date with her. But I mean, if I'm her, I'm glad she made the right call, because he does not seem. I don't think he's in for the long haul. Ace was the thing he found. It looks like a leather paddle or something. Maybe it's for animal training, like how lion tamers used to have whips. I'm just saying on it. If we look at this handle, maybe we can find out what it's for. That'll be interesting. F in chat for the rejection. That's pretty hilarious. Alright. Oh my gosh, we've had so many of these. They're so annoying. I have to wait so long. I mean, come on. You're looking at 12 seconds. I used to be able to get them done in like 3 or 4 seconds. I like the sample took some paddle to the lab for testing. I'm sure Nadia will take a look at it and make some crude comment. Yep. Something I can always count on. Ace, Enzo claims he's very busy, so I did the analysis on the sample he took from the spanking paddle. Wait, spanking paddle? Yeah, just like the ones I used my dominatrix for. What'd you think it was? We thought it might be for training animals, like a lion tamer's whip. Well, you weren't far off, because the paddle has definitely been near some animals. The sample we took from it contains fats and enzymes from cheetah milk, plus additional vitamins. Basically baby food for baby cheetahs. Ah, like the baby cheetah's is found in the shady apartment in Montemarte. Precisely, like those adorable little fuzzballs. Es pavur mignos. Well, this baby cheetah food is enough evidence for us to interrogate Fabrice. Let's go. Yeah, Enzo was super creepy in that exchange. Bonjour Dufour. Can you tell us why this paddle from your shop has food for a baby cheetah on it? Baby cheetah spanking paddles? Sounds kinky, Secret Don't tiptoe around the subject, Monsieur Dufour. We know you've been exchanging packages possibly containing animals. Animal smuggling is a serious offense. Your whole operation here will shut down. Alright, I can't afford to lose my business. I've been serving as a go-between for some of these animal smugglers. But I want out. Please, I never meant to get wrapped up in this. If you can help me break my ties with them and keep my business, I can give you a lead. We're listening. Supposed to drop off a briefcase at the airport. You can take the briefcase and make the drop for me, and that'll put you in contact with them. We'll see what we can do, Monsieur Dufour. Secret Age, let's get that briefcase. Thank you, Secret Agent Ace. And all this talk about secret dealings made me too nervous to eat my dinner. You can have it. Sweet. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Ace is a briefcase for me. Said he's supposed to deliver to animal before he goes to the airport tomorrow. It doesn't seem like he was lying, but let's get this thing open, make sure it's not just full of tilt. I'm not saying that word. I mean, I get where they're going. It's more of an edgier, for sure. But there's some things that I don't need to say. There's a ton of money in this briefcase. A note that says, FD, bring the briefcase to Rossi CDG tomorrow at 7 p.m. Well, FD are Fabrice Dufour's initials, so that was definitely meant for him. Rossi CDG is one of the airports near Paris, so Fabrice was set to deliver a lot of money to the animal smuggler at the airport. Well, when the smuggler shows up to collect, we'll be there instead. Yeah, but you may want to be undercover, dude. Wow, that day with Enzo was a colossal failure. I knew he was a little full of himself, but I didn't know it was that severe. Yeah, judging from what he's told me, Carrie, I wonder if Enzo was such a strong crush on you that he felt he had to overcompensate. Well, it could be. It's a bit childish, really. I'm just sad there wasn't more there. I had a bit of a crush on him, too. What a goofball. He'll have to grow up before anything can happen between us. Well, while you're waiting for that to happen, we've got to lead on our animal smugglers. Yep. Wax in his place, delivering a briefcase full of cash to the airport tomorrow. And that's when we'll catch our animal smugglers. Tomorrow is a big day. But tomorrow, it is 2 weeks from now. Yeah, I never had a PG rating on this, especially with the death. Like, look at that. That is not PG at all. Like, I got like a shot in the face or something like that. Like that. There's nothing PG about that look right there. Anyways, guys, we're at the airport. This will be, I think, October 1st. So I'm going to be doing this on Junior's birthday. That'll be fun. Day after Halloween. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys all being here. Thanks for the fun chat. And congrats to the mods who got added today. And again, over time, we'll probably keep adding more and more people to the mod team, the more and more I see you guys in chat. So take care, everybody. Have a good weekend, next weekend.